If you're receiving Social Security right now, stop what you're doing and pay close attention, because what just changed could either put hundreds of extra dollars in your pocket or quietly cost you money you'll never get back. Payments just dropped. And not just any payments. We're talking about checks ranging from $1,400 all the way up to $3,000 hitting bank accounts right now. But here's the thing, most people don't know. Not everyone is getting what they're supposed to get. Some people are being underpaid. Some people are missing payments entirely. And the sad part? Most of them have no idea it's happening. So before you assume your deposit is correct, before you close your banking app and move on with your day, you need to hear everything in this video, because what you don't know could literally cost you thousands of dollars over the next few months. Let's talk about what's really going on. Social Security has been making changes, quiet changes, the kind that don't always show up in the news, and the kind that most people only find out about when it's too late. Right now, millions of Americans aged 50 and older are in a critical window, a window where the decisions you make or don't make will directly impact how much money you receive for the rest of your life. And that's not an exaggeration. That is the reality of where we are right now. Think about someone like Linda. She's 67 years old, retired 2 years ago, and has been receiving her Social Security payment every single month like clockwork. She never questioned it. She trusted the system. But last month, after watching a video just like this one, she decided to actually log in and check her earnings record on the Social Security Administration's website. What she found made her stomach drop. There were years of her work history that were simply missing. Years she paid into the system. Years she earned credits. And because those years weren't showing up, her monthly benefit had been calculated wrong the entire time. She filed a correction. And now she's waiting on back pay that could reach into the thousands. Linda is not a rare case. She is one of millions. So the first thing you need to understand is this. Your payment amount is not automatically correct just because it shows up in your account. The Social Security Administration processes millions of records. Mistakes happen. Earnings get misreported. Work history gets lost. And if you're not checking your My Social Security account at ssa.gov, you could be leaving money on the table right now without even knowing it. Log in. Create an account if you haven't already. Look at your full earnings history. Make sure every year you worked is listed. Make sure the income amounts look right. If something seems off, call the SSA directly or visit your local office. This one step alone has helped people recover thousands of dollars they were owed. But wait, because here's where it gets even more important. The payment amounts people are seeing right now, that range of $1,400 to $3,000, that's not random. That range exists because of something called the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. Each year, Social Security benefits are adjusted to try to keep up with inflation. And over the past couple of years, with prices rising on everything from groceries to gas to prescription medication, those adjustments have been significant. But here's the shocking part. Many retirees are not receiving the full benefit of those adjustments because they made one critical mistake when they first filed for Social Security. They claimed too early. Here's what that means in real life. If you claimed your Social Security at 62, the earliest possible age, your benefit was permanently reduced by as much as 30% compared to what you would have received at your full retirement age. And every COLA increase, every annual adjustment that's happened since then, it's being applied to that already reduced number. So you're not just losing money once. You're losing a percentage of every single increase, every single year for the rest of your life. That reduction compounds. And for people who are now in their 70s and 80s, that difference between claiming early versus waiting can add up to tens of thousands of dollars in lost lifetime benefits. Now, if you've already claimed and you're in that boat, don't panic, because there are still options we'll talk about in just a moment. But if you haven't filed yet and you're watching this in your early 60s, please take this seriously. Every year you wait past 62 increases your benefit by a meaningful percentage. And if you can hold on until age 70, you'll receive the maximum possible benefit, which right now can reach well over $3,000 per month for people with strong work histories. That is life-changing money. Go ahead and hit that like button right now if you want to make sure you're getting every dollar you're owed, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update because Social Security rules change and we cover every single one of them here. Now let's talk about something that's affecting a huge portion of people watching right now, and it's a topic that doesn't get nearly enough attention. It's called the earnings test. And if you are between 62 and your full retirement age, and you are still working while collecting Social Security, this could be quietly taking money away from you every single month. Here's how it works. If you're under your full retirement age and you earn above a certain threshold while collecting benefits, the SSA will withhold part of your Social Security check. In recent years, that threshold sits around $22,000 annually, which sounds like a lot until you realize that even a part-time job can push you over that line. For every $2 you earn above that limit, $1 gets withheld from your benefit. So if you're working a part-time job making $30,000 a year and you're 64 years old collecting Social Security, you could be losing thousands in withheld benefits without fully understanding why your check seems smaller than it should be. Now here's the part that gives some people hope. Those withheld benefits aren't gone forever. Once you reach full retirement age, the SSA recalculates your benefit and gives you credit for those withheld months. Your monthly payment goes up slightly to account for what was held back. But the timing matters, and for people who desperately need that income right now, the earnings test can create real financial pain. If this sounds like your situation, talk to a Social Security advisor or contact the SSA directly about what your specific numbers look like. There's another group of people who are getting hit hard right now, and they are some of the most hardworking people in this country: teachers, police officers, firefighters, and other government employees. If you spent your career in a job that didn't pay into Social Security because you had a separate pension system, there are two rules you absolutely need to know about: the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. These two rules can reduce or even completely eliminate your Social Security benefit, even if you worked other jobs that did pay into the system. And many people in this situation had no idea until their first payment arrived, and it was hundreds of dollars less than they expected. But here's something significant that's been happening in Washington. There has been growing bipartisan pressure to reform or repeal these provisions. Legislation has been introduced. Advocates have been pushing hard. If you or someone you love is affected by WEP or GPO, now is the time to pay attention and make your voice heard, because real change could be on the horizon. And if it happens, it could mean a dramatic increase in what you or someone you care about receives every month. Let's talk about spousal and survivor benefits, because this is where I see so many people, especially women, who took time out of the workforce to raise families, leaving enormous amounts of money unclaimed. If you are married, divorced after at least 10 years of marriage, or widowed, you may be entitled to benefits based on your spouse's or ex-spouse's work record, and these benefits can be significantly higher than what you'd receive on your own record. For surviving spouses, this is especially critical. If your spouse passes away, you can generally receive up to 100% of what they were receiving, but only if you claim it correctly and at the right time. Many widows and widowers don't know this. They keep collecting their own smaller benefit without ever switching to the survivor benefit that could be hundreds of dollars more per month. And every month they wait after becoming eligible is money they don't get back. There's a real story behind every one of these situations. A woman named Margaret lost her husband of 42 years and was completely overwhelmed by grief. She had no idea what steps to take with Social Security. For almost a full year, she kept receiving her own smaller retirement benefit, while the larger survivor benefit she was entitled to sat unclaimed. When she finally got help navigating the system, she not only started receiving the higher payment, but she also recovered some of the back pay she had missed. That is real money. That is the difference between struggling and stable. And here's the truth that nobody talks about enough. The Social Security system is complicated on purpose, not because anyone is trying to trick you, but because it was built over decades with layers and layers of rules that even some financial advisors don't fully understand. The people who get the most out of Social Security are not the ones who just sign up and forget it. They are the ones who stay informed, who ask questions, who check their accounts, and who advocate for themselves when something doesn't look right. Here's what you should do right now, today. First, go to ssa.gov and log into or create your My Social Security account. Review your earnings record carefully. Look at every year. If anything looks wrong, report it immediately. Second, if you haven't claimed yet, use the SSA's Retirement Estimator tool to see what your benefit would be at different ages. The difference between claiming at 62 versus 70 might genuinely shock you. Third, if you're married or widowed or divorced after a long marriage, look into whether you qualify for spousal or survivor benefits that might be higher than your own. Fourth, if you are a former government employee, research whether WEP or GPO affects you and stay updated on any potential legislative changes. Fifth, if you're working and collecting, understand the earnings test and plan accordingly so you're not caught off guard by withheld payments. You have worked your entire life. You have paid into this system through every paycheck, every job, every decade of hard work. You deserve every single dollar you've earned. And the difference between knowing these rules and not knowing them is not a small thing. We are talking about potentially thousands of dollars per year for the rest of your life. That adds up to tens of thousands over time. For some people, it's the difference between living comfortably and barely getting by. For some people, it's the difference between staying in their home and being forced to make impossible choices. This is not a scare tactic. This is real. The people who are underpaid, the people who missed their survivor benefit switch, the people whose earnings record had errors they never caught, they are real people. They had real consequences, and far too many of them only found out when it was too late to fully recover everything they lost. Don't let that be you. Don't let the people you love be in that position either. Share this video with someone in your family who is approaching retirement or who is already receiving Social Security and has never really dug into the details. It could genuinely change their financial future. The system is not going to come knocking on your door to tell you that you're being underpaid. It is not going to send you an alert saying you qualify for more. The responsibility is yours. But the good news is, you now know exactly what to look for. You know the questions to ask. You know where to check. And that knowledge is worth more than you might realize. Payments have dropped. The window is open. And the people who take action today, who log in, who check their records, who ask the right questions, they are the ones who are going to come out ahead. Don't wait for next month. Don't assume everything is fine. Check it now. Because your retirement, your security, your peace of mind, it's worth 10 minutes of your time today. If this video helped you, please leave a comment below and tell us what you found helpful or what questions you still have. We read every single comment, and your questions help us decide what to cover next. Hit subscribe if you aren't already, because we are committed to making sure that you never miss a Social Security update that could affect your money. You've earned this. Make sure you're getting every cent of it.